My father's name was Shankar Krishna Rao Nayak. He was born in India, South India. He came to America in the 60s, in the late 60s, which is where he met my mother, Phyllis Morgan at the time. She came from an interesting family. They were Polish immigrants. My name is Victoria Nayak. I was born in 1973. When I was, I want to say 5, my parents bought a house in Claremont. Our block was mostly white people. That was kind of, I always kind of didn't feel like I fit in, but I didn't realize why. I didn't really think about it. I mean, I did have people like, so I'm darker than my sister, who's younger than me. And I remember, like the people across the street had a pool. And, I mean, I can't say this was because of my race. I just remember not fitting in. So their kids were a little bit younger, so like my sister's age a little bit, but everybody would go to their pool because my sister was invited, so they would invite me. And then I think I had a couple times where I couldn't swim well enough in their pool, so then I was told I couldn't go over. And I don't remember why. I don't know what the discussion was because that was between the adults, but things like that, just I don't know why it was. And I didn't really think about it a lot, but it did make me feel bad, I guess. I just didn't really think about it. Mm-hmm. I really didn't think about race when I was growing up. I really thought when people didn't like me, it was because of me. That's what you thought back then. It wasn't that you didn't have this awareness of racism. People didn't talk about it. I guess it's all perception, how much culture you incorporate. For me, it was a nice blend. It wasn't too much of anything, and it all blended into America. From the outside, I remember being picked on, being told that Indians eat crickets. Just, dumb, stupid things of people not understanding how people can be different. I was always jealous because my dad had cousins that lived here that were married to other Indians, and they had a strong sense of culture. There were Indians that got together, but I think because my mom was not, our culture wasn't completely full enough. When I was 15, my parents sent me to India. But when I went to India, I realized I was the American, which was okay. I mean, I was. But it made me really realize that I wasn't Indian enough. I didn't really think of it as a bad thing. I just realized I didn't really fit in over there either. And it was the beginning of realizing I didn't really fit in here as a brown person, because I always get the comment of, what are you? And so then I thought, oh, well, that's my Indianness, that's my otherness, that's what makes me, interesting. But then also, when I'm over there, they didn't quite get me either because I didn't speak the language. I did know some of the food because my aunt would come over. But yeah, I felt like I wasn't Indian enough for them. It was funny though, because the group that accepted me the most were Hispanics in school. And I just think for me, it wasn't just Hispanics. I had a lot of Black friends that would just accept me for me. And when I told them what I was, what my heritage was, then they thought that was cool. And it wasn't like a question like, what are you? They were getting to know me as a person. With UCSD, it was mostly on your merit. So I was there 1994 through 1997. People really wanted to get to know who you were, and they, reacted to you based on who you were and what you're doing and your interactions with them. It's funny, the very first bits that I really remember, oh, this person really is racist, is when I went to college in Minneapolis. Remember, it was very telling because I went home with one of the girls. I mean, I made friends, but I went home with one of the girls and she introduced me to her boyfriend's mother. And she says, "This is Vicky and she's from California." And the woman looked at me and said, "Oh, well, that's why you're so dark." I said, "No, I've been here 2 months and this is my natural color." And she didn't know what to say. I don't think she even felt very awkward about it, but kind of just woke me up to seeing, oh, how my mom's family was really reacting to me. Even it's the first time I realized that, you know, the difference between what people are saying and what they're thinking, and that you kind of have to gauge. I don't feel like I fit into any one box. If there's a forum, I always choose other. And if people press me, I tell them it's none of their business. I don't want to, I feel like I bristle when people try and characterize me or anybody, because it shouldn't matter what race I am. It should matter who I am.
Why is there a bunch of undeveloped film here?
It's called negatives. They used to, because you didn't have digital. So that was how you kept copies of your pictures. And then if you wanted to reprint, you had to take the negatives in. And that's how they would make extra copies. Back in the old days. I think it was because I had kids and I realized that their background is so diverse that checking one box denies, or even checking multiple boxes, because honestly, so, you know, I have 5 children, all of them are half Mexican. And not that there's, you know, I don't want them to deny either part, but if the second that people see you're Mexican, that's all they see in America. They don't see the diversity. I think the best advice is to not worry so much about checking that box and worrying about how other people see you, because it really doesn't matter how they see you. If you are authentically you, that's going to come through.